This program on investing under regulation crowdfunding is not investment advice.
Rising with the crowd, power unbound, change makers lead where hope is found. Superpowers for good, shaping the fate. Investors and dreamers open the gate. Supercross stands loud, proud and true, building tomorrow for me and you.
Have you ever thought that climate discussions should be maybe more fun? To bring in people that may not fully be embracing this discussion, but if we could just make it a little more fun, more entertaining instead of so dire all the time. Well, I think we found some fun in the climate discussion. Today's guest is Shree Gurung, and he's an amazing entrepreneur who's developed a show, a television program that it involves Mount Everest and creative YouTube creators. This is really a lot of fun. Stick around for this conversation. Now, welcome to the Supercrowd Presents Superpowers for Good. I'm your host, Devin Thorpe, and we're excited to welcome Shree Gurung. Shree, welcome to the show. We're thrilled to have you.
Thank you, Devin. Thank you.
Yeah. So, Shree, you are, I think, kind of the star of the show in many ways, kind of the host, the producer, director. You're the big cheese. This is an exciting moment for us to have you on the show. Tell us about what you're doing.
So basically, I'm a filmmaker. So I always wanted to host a film competition in Everest. That was a primary goal. But back in 2014, when I went to Everest Base Camp, I realized there's some story that needs to be told. We need to be the voice of the voiceless. That's the main objective of the journalism or the communication. As a scholar, I fell in love with the glaciers around Everest, and so for that, we are uniting YouTubers from across the world to bring out the stories of the glaciers of Mount Everest and the Himalayas, basically. Yeah, that's what we're doing through our impact startup.
That is, it really is a remarkable thing that you're doing. And I really love this. It's pretty darn cool. Tell us a little bit about, I think you have recorded the show now. And so tell us a little bit, give us a preview. I realize we don't want to, have any spoilers here. Don't tell us who wins, but it's a competition. The YouTubers are competing for $100,000 prize, I think. Give us a sense of what the show includes, some of the highlights. Give us a little tease about watching the show.
So, we had to understand the first thing is that we have two parts of World Vlog Challenge. One is the climate change story, bringing out the climate change story through the YouTubers' climate vlog challenge. When they have their own channels and they are great storytellers. And the idea is that, climate change is part of the evolution. But the thing is that we have altered so much, we have sped up so much that things are getting out of our control. So just to give the basic idea how the springs, rivers, and all these waterfalls are created, we invited all these YouTubers to show them the source of fresh water, the origin of life. That actually feeds or influence billions of lives downstream. So we took them to Everest Base Camp to show them the glaciers, and their job was to film along the way and in the beauty of the Himalayas, and also at the same time, get to know the glaciers firsthand, find out how exactly the fresh water is originated. That was their job. But this is a big expedition, getting a lot of people along the way, and so how do we fund that? What's the revenue generation model? So for that, we approach a lot of networks, studios, sponsors to create a reality show, because along the way and during the journey, we try to design a reality show, competition reality show, where these YouTubers from different part of the world, they compete with each other to win $100,000. So that show, we produced it, and it's on Amazon Prime right now, and we are going releasing globally really soon. So that show is all about adventure and mountaineering, knowing the culture and knowing the mountaineering. So yeah, that's the show about.
It it is obviously a very exciting show. I can't wait to watch this. This is really pretty amazing stuff. And this journey has given you an opportunity to highlight the environmental conditions, the climate change impacts, because you've seen over decades now the impact of climate change on the glaciers there. And that becomes a subject, an element of the show. Tell us a little bit about that angle.
So we always been saying that climate change is part of the evolution. The only thing that we have to understand, climate change uh, existed forever. The only thing is that we have, the natural climate change process, we have altered it. We have made it really bad. So normally it took like 100 years of formation, hundreds of years to form a feet or meter of glacier, but now it's melting so fast, it's taking like 10 years or something. So the speed, that is really dangerous. So we believe that the climate change is the biggest problem on earth, because we can't fight the nature can destroy everything, because nature is the most powerful thing, and we are part of the nature. We have to respect the nature, and for that, what is the solution? What exactly, how do we go ahead? So there are so many scientists and researchers trying to say that what's happening with the Himalayas, the glaciers and everything, but that's not getting to the audience, right? Audience, the youths, because there's a communication gap, the way they talk in technical word and everything, that does not get through to the head of the youngsters. So who is the better storyteller? Who can actually bring out the stories of the glaciers or the Himalayas and tell rightly, more comprehensive way? So we chose YouTubers because these creators can actually, they are really better storytellers, especially when it comes to the youth. So the idea is that what's the glacier, what's the role of the glacier in our nature, and how we should be able to you know take a part in it, and try to mitigate the impact of climate change.
One of the things that I really love about what I see in the previews, tell me if I'm wrong, but it looks to me like you have featured some expert mountaineers that have who have summited themselves, some of them a number of times. And they are expedition guides, but it seems to me that you're featuring not Europeans and Americans, but you are featuring some of the local Nepalese guides that have are really the true experts and think of Everest in a way perhaps as home. Am I seeing this, understanding this correctly?
Yes, yes. So to take these guys and give the fun part of the television show that is designed to fund this expedition, the show needs to be fun. So to make it more fun and more relatable, what we tried is we hired, or we teamed up with the greatest mountaineers of our time. Camille the Sherpa, who has summited Mount Everest 31 times. So he knows Mount Everest more than anyone in the world. And Mingma Devi Sherpa, who has summited K2, the second tallest mountain in the world, more than anyone in the world. Nims, he has summited most of the big 8,000ers, the tallest mountains of the world, most of the time. So these guys are the greatest mountaineers of our time. The idea is that along the way, these YouTubers that we take will get to learn the mountaineering basics, the cultures of the Sherpas and the Nepal. So they will not only trek to Everest Base Camp, but also get to learn the culture, the mountaineering, you know, tasks and challenges, and compete with each other to make it more fun. And this reality show is more of a fun based to and you know they will compete with each other to win $100,000. So that is the show all about. But while their objective is definitely to get there and make their own videos about impact of climate change in the Himalayan glaciers.
Yeah, it one of the elements that I see in the previews that I really think is just classic reality television that I admit I watch too much of is the genuine human drama, right? And part of what you've done to create that is that you've talked a little bit about this is a real expedition, right? You are the expedition leads up to Everest Base Camp, which is at what about 15,000 feet, 5,000 meters. It's way up there, right? So you think about some of the highest mountains in North America are 14,000 feet. Base Camp is above that, above all of the mountains in mainland, the continental U.S. That's pretty wild. Um, Give us a sense of how difficult it is just to get to base camp and some of the drama that unfolded along the way.
Yeah. So definitely getting to Everest Base Camp is pretty challenging, especially if you have no prior experiences. But it's not that tough also. But for the television show, we have made it really tough because they are not only trekking, they are deprived. They have to compete with each other, and they go through training, really hard training, just like the mountaineers. So by the time they reach Mount Everest Base Camp, the idea is to make them you know basic mountaineer. They should be able to climb small mountains. So that was the training was pretty tough because these guys had no idea. So normally become a mountaineer, definitely you had to go through months and months of training and a lot of yeah, definitely a lot of things. But these guys were straight up from, most of them were from sea levels, and all the YouTubers creators, they are basically like they have different kind of lifestyle, and they had no idea. Going through that was pretty challenging, and filming that was another challenge because um, the trek to Everest Base Camp, we had to go through a lot of hardship. First thing is that it's in really remote places on Earth. Another thing is that thin air, because it's not going to be like the sea level or normal regular cities. You walk for 10 steps and definitely you will be exhausted. That's what happens with higher altitudes. So, and plus cold. The cold in the Himalayas is slightly different than the rest of the places because the way the wind chills hit you, actually it kind of pokes you, cuts you through. So that's pretty hard, and especially when you're trekking or just going in a regular trek, definitely you are more comfortable. But when you are competing with each other in not the regular trails, but you're going to the set where it's like surrounded by the wilderness and exposed to the wilderness, so it was pretty tough. And most of the creators, YouTubers, the challengers, these guys, all of them actually, they cried. They were they I think they had the nightmare, the worst experience ever in their life, for sure.
It's wonderful. That makes for such great television, right? To be able to experience what they're experienced, to feel it, to see those tears. I can't wait to watch. You're raising capital on WeFunder. Tell us a little bit about what led you to choose that path for funding the distribution of the film.
So it was pretty tough completing the project was really hard, a lot of investment, a lot of money and everything. But you know, making a project is one thing, but marketing is another one. It's more challenging, especially taking it to the global market. You need to have a lot of team members, a lot of experts, and we were completely exhausted by the time we got this on Amazon Prime. It was a lot of investment, a lot of, and then so we went to a few investors. We met few investors, few people, but definitely we were unable to get any investment. And we thought, I think we are doing something for the community. Why don't we go to the community and ask? This is what we're doing. We are the first production from complete Nepali studios, and getting this reality show where all the, most of the characters, or the, the the people involved are famous YouTubers from their own countries. So if we show this to their followers, and we will be able to promote Nepal, and at the same time, getting the traction of what we are doing. So we believe that this is good for the community. This is good for the Himalayas. This is good for Nepal. So why don't we go to the public, to the community, and let's ask, okay, this is what we're doing, but we are exhausted now. We need your support. And if you believe that we are doing something good, for the community, then join us. So that was the, idea of going to the WeFunder.
That's great. That's great. Well, Shree, we got to take a quick break, but I love what you're doing. Listen, folks, we're here with Shree Gurung today, and what a privilege and an opportunity to hear from him. This filmmaker has created a new series that's launching soon on Amazon Prime globally, raising capital on WeFunder to help promote the launch here. So this is, I invite you to stick around. When we come back, we'll talk to Shree about his superpower. You don't want to miss this. This is amazing stuff. Stick around.
You don't need a pitch deck. You need a following. Because in this era, the crowd is the capital. Raise from your fans. Turn customers into shareholders. Launch your round on your terms. Dealmaker. Equity crowdfunding for the new era.
Digital Niche Agency is the top investor acquisition agency. DNA has helped founders raise over 9 figures via regulated investment crowdfunding with a 3-pronged strategy using digital advertising, content marketing, and strategic outreach. Book a call today.
Supercrowd 25, where innovation meets impact.
18 hours of live content, 5 platforms, 1 global audience.
Join the largest event for regulated investment crowdfunding. Live pitches, expert panels, real change.
August 21st and 22nd.
Scan the code or visit thesupercrowd25.com to register free today.
Welcome back, everyone. I am so excited to have with us today Shree Gurung. He is the filmmaker behind the series, the Global Everest Challenge. It's so much fun. This looks so exciting from the previews I've seen. You're going to love watching the show, but we're going to shift gears to talk with Shree now about his superpower. So stick around. Shree, as you look at your career that has included mountaineering and filmmaking and television production, I mean, all the different aspects, the tremendous successes you've had, business and otherwise, what is your superpower?
I think determination, probably. Yeah, I think that's my superpower. I've been determined.
Yeah, determination is such an essential thing. I mean, my good heavens, the reality is that all of us need a little bit more, and the people who have it are the ones who are able to do things like climb Everest, produce an entire television show, a series on Everest, right? I mean, that's the kind of stuff people with determination can do. I wonder if you can think of another example of a way that you've used your determination to accomplish something you're proud of, maybe something you could relate. Uh, Maybe it's a particular hike, maybe it's a business endeavor, a personal one. Give us an example, a story, if you will.
Um, Another probably superpower, probably, I think I'm one man army. I can do pretty much everything from the production, from the marketing, from the uh, filming, post production, pre production, to getting all the creators together, making the website myself. And yeah, it was pretty challenging, because especially when you are from Nepal, and I went to a lot of places, from India, Singapore, United States, even in Nepal. I tried meeting a lot of people, trying to pitch the idea that, I want to do something for Everest to take it to the global scene. I think it didn't get through the people's head, because no one has done before. All the stories, all the films, all the televisions that's been produced in the international networks is always by the foreigners, by the foreign funding, by the foreign networks, foreign studios. So when I said that, when I pitched that to every studio network sponsors, probably that was not uh, accepted. I'm like, nobody accepted that. Nobody invested in us. So uh, I had to work extra hard to prove myself, actually. And I knew that I would be able to do it. If anyone would be able to do it, why not me? And I think I have more experience, and I had already produced via the shows that had global recognitions. And I think I come from really rural village of Nepal, and I've seen pretty much everything: the hardship, the great, the challenges, and yeah, for around 45 days or something like that, I didn't get to sleep properly. But yeah, that was probably the determination and the the challenge that I had put myself pushed me through.
Yeah, what a great example of determination. Uh, we just have a quick minute left. Tell us one quick tip for building our own determination to be more like Shree.
I think passionate and clarity, that is really important, and determination. I think that drives me, because there are so many moments that I wanted to give up, but I don't have choice. I need to, and a lot of community members, a lot of people invested in me lately, so that gives me more validation that I'm on the right track. I'm doing something good for the community. So
That's great. Now, Shree, as we wrap up, I want to invite you to take a minute and tell people how they can learn more about the show, how they can connect with you, and how they can find that WeFunder campaign and support what you're doing with an investment.
So the first thing is that you can, if you are in the US and UK, right now the show is on Amazon Prime. You can watch it on Amazon Prime. And if you are elsewhere, then you had to wait until August 7th. That's when we are going globally. And you can check our website, worldvlogchallenge.com. And yeah, about the WeFunder, you can check wefunder.com/challengers Everest. That's the reality show that we have produced. And you can be part of this reality show and help us, or, be part of this campaign. And if you think that we are doing right for the people, for the community, for the nation, for the world, for the nature, then I request you to be part of us. Thank you.
Fantastic. Shree, thank you so much for being with us today. We want to wish you every success. And I want to encourage those of you who are watching to visit. You can find the We Thunder campaign at s4g.biz/Everest. That's s4g.biz/Everest. That's a number 4, s4g.biz/Everest. I encourage you to check it out and look. There's some great preview materials, great stories there. It's an enjoyable visit, even if you don't invest. But I encourage you to check it out. Pay attention to the deal terms. I think it's appealing. And see if this isn't something that you would like to be a part of and support today. Shree, again, we want to wish you every success. Thanks for being with us today.
Thank you, Devin. Thank you.
All righty now, let's do some good.